we have put in our FDA application to have the aspirationally do the first human implant this year. The issue that we face here is that we're already a cyborg, if you think about it. The computers are an extension of ourselves. And when we die, we have like a digital ghost. You know, all of our text messages and social media and emails, and it's quite eerie actually when someone dies but everything online is still there. But you say, like, what's the limitation? Inhibits human-machine symbiosis. It's the data rate. When you communicate, especially with a phone, you're moving your thumbs very slowly. So you're like moving your two little meat sticks at a rate that's maybe 10 bits per second, optimistically 100 bits per second. And computers are communicating at the gigabit level and beyond.
Have you seen evidence that the technology is actually working, that you've got a richer, sort of higher bandwidth connection, if you like, between external electronics and a brain than has been possible before?
Yeah. So the fundamental principles of reading neurons, sort of doing read-write on neurons with tiny electrodes, have been demonstrated for decades. So it's not like this is the concept is new. The problem is that there's no product that works well that you can go and buy. So it's all sort of in research labs, and it's like there's always like some cord sticking out of your head, and it's quite gruesome, and it's really there's no good product that actually does a good job and is high bandwidth and safe and something that you could buy and would want to buy. So. But in it, the way to think of the Neuralink device is kind of like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch that's where we take out a sort of a small section of skull about the size of a quarter, replace that with what in many ways really is very much like a Fitbit, Apple Watch, or some kind of smartwatch thing, but with tiny wires, very, very tiny wires, wires so tiny it's hard to even see them. And it's very important to have very tiny wires so that you, when they're implanted, they don't damage the brain.
How far are you from putting these into humans?
Well, we have put in our FDA application to have the aspirationally do the first human implant this year.
The first uses will be for neurological injuries of different kinds.